All right, ma'am. I just met you. Like I tell everybody, thank you so much. Time is everything to me, and I know it's a lot to you. So I'd never want to waste no one's time. Time is precious. Um, and I always try to make sure that I use my time wisely. So thank you so much, first of all, for doing this interview with me. This is my first time doing one with you, so we're going to start brand new. Name, age, and current living situation.
My name is Angulia. I am 34 and my current living situation is homeless.
Homeless. Can you tell me a little about your journey?
I kind of, at a very young age, already ended up in a situation of homelessness. I was in foster care from pretty much starting 3 months old to 18 in 3 months. That was on and off. And then I did pretty good, had a long, like on and off successful adulthood to about 27, and then had a breakdown and became homeless between 27 and 28. I'm now 34 and have been homeless since.
Wow. What led to your current situation exactly? Like, was that it? Part of it?
Drug addiction, mental illness, definitely, feeling depressed, unable to communicate with family, and not depression, mental illness.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Yeah, a lot of people play around with mental health, like if it's a game or a joke, and it's real. Everybody at some point or some shape or degree, has struggled or is struggling with some form of mental illness, and that's the truth. It's just the truth. And I think that it needs to be something bigger in a mass. Like a lot of people need to talk about it more, and it needs to be spoke about a lot more, just in general. What does a typical day look like for you?
It depends on the day. I try to stay hydrated, communicate with people, and make a new goal recently to try to kind of pick myself up and get off the streets a little bit.
Man, that's amazing to hear. For someone like me, that's amazing to hear. And it gets right into the next question. What keeps you getting through your times as opposed to just, succumbing to what's going on? Some people, they don't have the strength or the will or the wherewithal to get up every day. They kind of just say, F it, I'm tired of life, and not kill themselves or harm themselves. They just let themselves go in a way that's far beyond return. And what is keeping you from doing that? Because you seem very smart, educated, and yeah, definitely have an interesting conversation with you.
I just like to believe that I'm kind enough to believe that I can get through this, and that if I continue to push, that I'll make it through, even if it's just a little bit. One smile from me a day is worth waking up.
Man, I like to hear it. That's awesome. That was well said. What are your hopes for the future? I know you said a little bit about, that you were at one time wanting to have a nonprofit organization, and, is that still the dream of yours? Do you still dream of thoughts like that?
As of right now, yes, but I'm still dreaming of how to handle social anxiety one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. Yeah, gotta crawl before you walk. 100%, I agree with you. What is something you wish more people understood about homelessness?
that anyone can be there, and dang it, anyone can be there in a moment, and that you don't have to help someone at that moment, or you don't have to help them at all, but just remember when you can help them, and how you help them does matter. But the best thing to do is even just say hello or have a good day.
That was amazing. Yeah, I agree with you. I have a saying, anybody can be homeless. You're just a burp, fart, cough, bill, paycheck, slip, fall, drink away from being homeless. And that's actually true. I've met so many people out here that have, just had a breakup and now they're homeless. I mean, there's so many instances where homelessness just becomes the factor.
Yes.
It's insane. And another thing that's interesting to me is being from Arizona. I always ask, are you from Arizona?
No, I'm not.
So 90% of the people that I talk to out here and interview, they're not from Arizona. It's almost like, not that there's like a sign saying come to Arizona. I'm assuming, of course, the weather, close to the border, you know the reasons why, but yeah.
Yes.
But it's just another interesting thing to me. What's been the hardest part about being homeless for you?
Honestly, just making myself feel better about not being able to perform duties or work the other way because I lose my ID or like lose my food stamp card because I forget in places because I have like a traumatic brain injury. And it's an accident, but the heat makes me forget things, so I lose everything.
Yeah, wow, that's another big thing that I always touch on also. For some reason, there's a lot of theft in the homeless community, and I always used to ask, why would somebody that's in the same situation steal your credentials, meaning your social security card, ID, and thus so forth and so forth, right?
To be petty.
To be petty, right? Because everyone knows to steal that item or those items, you have to now climb a mountain to get those and retain those again, right?
Yes.
You have to go through hoops, walls. Who knows? You might have anything in the world could happen.
You may not get it back.
Yeah, that's something that's really hard to get back. Like you said, Cass. The Andre House, things like that. So, yeah, it's sad. Are there places or services that have been particularly helpful to you that you can name?
Yeah, Pasta Crystal, CBI, and the hospitals.
Awesome. Very awesome. Shout out to anybody who takes time out of their day to, try to help anyone who's in need.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Is there a particular experience you've had while homeless that stands out?
No.
Nothing in particular?
No.
Nothing that stands out to you, huh?
No.
Wow. And the last question is, do you have a Cash App or a Venmo or anything that you would like to shout out in case anybody's sympathetic or has empathy for your situation and plight? Maybe they might want to donate to you or anything.
I don't.
You don't have one? Not a phone or nothing?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's awful. Why do you think? I know why it's hard for displaced people to get phones, but it's hard for them to keep them also, right?
Yes, I was giving someone chicken, and a homeboy decided to walk off with my phone.
Isn't that awful? You said homeboy too. See? Yeah, it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
If you don't, yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad. So have you heard of this urban camping thing?
No, what is it?
Urban camping now. They don't let nobody carry bags, rest in parks no more, where you get warnings. And
You're not allowed to rest in parks.
Nope, not out here. And everywhere, I believe it's everywhere now.
I thought we can rest in parks still.
No, urban camping. No urban camping.
Or it's like laying down blankets.
Were you charging my phone and never came back to me?
Huh?
You heard me.
Wrong person. We're doing an interview.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. See, things like that. You see that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of mentally ill people out here. But anyway, since that happened, I'm gonna conclude this interview. I want to just let you know, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And if anybody does want to help out, hopefully I see you. I don't know where I would see you again.
Hang around 44th and 22nd.
Okay. Yep. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. You're well spoken, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah,
That was weird, huh? Wasn't that weird?
I don't know. He said something about his fucking
His phone. Whoa. Yeah, that was weird.
He said, dude, we're doing an
Interview. Yeah.
What the heck?
All right. Bye bye.